Hello again, everyone. This is Chris Scher, and that's
Robert Harding.
I knew we were going to do that.
Jump the gun.
Yes, Robert Harding in the flesh.
You remember, Chris, you do allow me to say my name.
I do, yeah, but I just thought I'd have a little fun with you this week. So, anyways, this is the Citizen Pick 6 NFL Weekly for October 23rd, 2014, Week 8 of the NFL season. We're going to pick 6 games. Last week, we each picked the exact 6 teams. It was, I think, an unprecedented event. We each went 5-1. Of course, the only game we got wrong was the Dolphins.
Of course.
I said they could win. I'm not trying to look like I'm Mr. Know-It-All or anything. I said if they play a great game, play an almost perfect game, they had a chance. Well, that's what they did. And Chicago self-destructed. 3 turnovers, and their defense did not come up big. But that's last week. This is this week.
I'm pretty sure I said if the Bears play like they did in Week 1, Miami can win the game.
Yeah,
too.
you did. You did.
There's video proof of this.
There is video proof.
So you're not the only know-it-all in the room.
No, not at all.
That's right, Chris.
Right. Correctamundo, as the Fonz would say. So our 6 games here, we'll get into the first one. Baltimore at Cincinnati. Boy, this is a great game. Cincinnati was off to that 3-0 start. Now they're 3-2-1. And you're scratching your head saying, what the heck happened? Playing the Ravens, division opponent, a team that's playing very well right now. Okay, they're 5-2. 5-2, wow. Man, 5-2 already. This thing's 3-2-1. Guys, right, the Bengals had their bye last week, I believe. So, with that being said, I'm picking the Bengals.
Wow.
I think home cooking agrees with them. I think the bye helps them get back on track. It's a division opponent they're very familiar with. Call me crazy. I like the Bengals in this game.
I'm taking the Ravens.
Ooh, there we go. We will not have kumbaya this week.
A real team going into Cincinnati and beating up on those silly little Tigers.
All right. There we go. Okay, we differ on at least one game. Next game, Philadelphia at Arizona. I think Arizona could be called a surprise. I don't think anybody expected them to get off to this kind of start.
10-6 last year.
Right, and they missed the playoffs, but still.
Come on.
But considering they play in the same division with San Francisco and Seattle, you would figure that they're probably going to be the third-place team in that division. Probably. Okay. That being said, they're the first-place team in that division, 5-1. And the good times continue in the desert. I like the Cardinals.
Interesting. I'll take the Cardinals, too.
All right, he's picking the Cardinals. So we're a similar knit one. Next game, this is going to be a really good contest. Indianapolis on the road at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Andrew Luck, man, he's been playing, I think, as fine as any quarterback has in the NFL all season. Colts defense playing good. Steelers, they've kind of gotten back on track. They've been playing better recently after that horrible loss to Tampa Bay. That being said, I like the hot quarterback. I like the hot team, and I'm going with the Colts on the road.
Steelers showed us something last week coming back there, but, there's something about this Colts defense I like. Mm-hmm. Andrew Luck's a great quarterback, but, the Colts defense really matters, and I'm taking Indianapolis.
All right, we agree on that one. Halfway through. Next game, this is another great game. Green Bay at New Orleans. And, New Orleans, you almost think like this team just changed overnight from one of the best teams in the league to a mediocre team. Meanwhile, the Packers, man, they got their groove back. They're cruising, man. They had a bit of a slide. I think they were 0-2 at one point, right? Yeah. And now they are 5-2. They've won 5 in a row. I say stay with a hot hand, and I'm going with the Packers.
I'm going with the Packers, too. I think you gotta look at this team, and they've been playing well on both sides of the ball, really. But Aaron Rodgers looking like his MVP self. And I think the Packers will win, even though this game's at the Superdome. I don't think the Saints are that good.
All righty. Next game is Robert's Buffalo Bills at the New York Jets. And, it's tempting to pick the Jets this week. You figure, they got Percy Harvin now. And, maybe they played well against New England. They almost pulled off the upset except for a blocked field goal. They've had enough time to rest. The Bills, they didn't look that great last week, but they rallied at the end and pulled out the win over the Vikings. I like the Bills. I know they're beat up at running back, but I think Kyle Orton and Sammy Watkins are definitely better than Geno Smith and Percy Harvin. And I like the Bills' defense better, too. I like the Bills to win this game over the Jets.
I'm taking the Jets.
Oh, he's doing the reverse
for
thing.
2 reasons.
All right, 2 reasons.
One, they're coming off that half bye.
Mini bye, right?
I like to say. Yeah, they played that Thursday game against New England, which, by the way, they almost won that game. in New England.
I know, I said that. They
crazy.
58-yard field goal got blocked.
Crazy. But there's another reason too, and it's the Jets' defensive line. If you look at the Bills' offensive line, they've had a lot of troubles this year. Kyle Orton was sacked 5 or 6 times Sunday. I believe he was sacked a few times the week before. This line, they've been streaky this year, and I think if they have another bad game and the Jets wreak havoc on Kyle Orton, it's going to be a long day for the Bills. So I'm taking the Jets.
All right. Hey, can understand. A lot of people are picking the Jets. So, last game, and it's my Miami Dolphins at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars. I know, I'm just saying it. I'm intentionally mispronouncing it.
Oh.
But I respect the Jaguars. And I heard, this is interesting, I read today that they're taking out the pool and the cabana at the stadium where the Jaguars play.
Why?
Because they need to put real seats in for the Florida-Georgia game coming up pretty soon.
Unbelievable.
I know, that's the truth.
That was the only thing that drew people there.
I know.
The football team doesn't.
Yeah, go swimming, watch the game.
This is
Yeah.
it.
So the Dolphins head up I guess you can call this an I-95 series here, but Dolphins, they have not won back-to-back games since last season. They've been very inconsistent. I still like to say consistently inconsistent. I think this week they're just clearly a better team than Jacksonville, and I think their defense is going to make some plays. I like Ryan Tannehill. He's been playing much better the last 3 weeks, or 3 games, I should say. And I like the Dolphins, and I hope I'm not jinxing, but I like the Dolphins to win this game against Jacksonville.
Miami's my survivor team this week.
Wow.
Even though I'm not in the survivor pool anymore, you can still play
Second
for
chance.
keeps.
Yep.
Right. So, they're my survivor team. I
Yep.
think this is a good opportunity for them to get above 500,
Yep.
right? They're 3-3.
3-3.
Yeah, so, they're playing a one-win team. You hope they can pull this out.
I mean, if the Dolphins consider themselves a playoff contender at 3-3, this is a must-win because you have San Diego next week. That's going to be a toughie.
4-4,
And then you got the Lions,
4-5,
and then you got the Bills.
4-6.
Actually, no, I'm sorry. You have the Chargers, the Bills, then the Lions. I believe it's a tough stretch. So they have to win this game. If they lose this game, I think you could almost say Miami's playoff hopes are pretty slim, if not out already. So. And that is it, folks. Another week of picking NFL games. We hope you enjoyed the video as much as we did making it, and we'll see you next week.